जय जय ये ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज आचार्य कष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज आचार्य कष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री वर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम सीता जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। संवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रणंदी all Guru assembled, all Gurus assembled, all Gurus assembled, all Gurus, all Gurus, all Gurus, Sri Guru and Sri Guru Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवयात्। भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 27, Text number 8. Can you hear me online clearly? Can anybody respond?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So, verse number 3:27:8. Yadruchayopalabdena santushto mitabhum munihi vivikta sharana shanto Maitriha karuna atmavan yadruchayopalabdhena santushto mitabhun munihi santushta mitabhun munihi vivikta sharana shanto Maitraha karuna atmavan Want to say so? Yadruchayopalabdhena santushto mitabhun munihi vivikta sharana shanto maitraha karuna atmavan. Word for word translation. Yadruchaya without difficulty. Upalabdena, with what is obtained. Santushta, satisfied. Mita, little. Bhuk, eating. Munihi, thoughtful. Vivikta Sharanaha, living in a secluded place. Shantaha, peaceful. Maitraha, friendly. Karunaya, compassionate. Atmavan, self-possessed, self-realized. Translation and purport by His Eminence A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. For his income, a devotee should be satisfied with what he earns without great difficulty. He should not eat more than what is necessary. He should not live in a secluded place. He should live in a secluded place and always be thoughtful, peaceful, friendly, compassionate, and self-realized. I repeat the translation. For his income, a devotee should always be satisfied with what he earns without great difficulty. He should not eat more than what is necessary. He should live in a secluded place and always be thoughtful, peaceful, friendly, and compassionate and self-realized. Purport. Everyone who has accepted a material body must maintain the necessities of the body by acting or eating earning some livelihood. A devotee should only work for such income as an absolutely necessary. He should be satisfied always with such income and should not endeavor to earn more and more simply to accumulate the unnecessarily. A person in conditioned state who has no money is always found working very hard to earn some with the object of lording it over material nature. Kapiladeva instructs that we should not endeavor hard for things which may come automatically without extraneous labor. The exact word used in connection, yadruchaya, means that every living entity has the predestined happiness and distress in the present body. This is called law of karma. It is not possible that simply by endeavoring to accumulate more and more, a person will be able to do so. Otherwise, almost everyone who would be on the same level of wealth, In reality, everyone is earning and acquiring according to his predestined karma. According to the Bhagavad Gita conclusion, we are sometimes faced with dangerous or miserable conditions without endeavoring for them. And similarly, we may have prosperous conditions without endeavoring for them. We are advised to let these things come as predestined. We should engage our valuable time in prosecuting Krishna consciousness. In other words, one should be satisfied with the one should be satisfied by natural condition, by predestination, if by predestination, one is put into the certain conditions of life which is not very prosperous in comparison to another's position, one should not be disturbed. He should simply utilize his valuable time to advance in Krishna consciousness. Advancement in Krishna consciousness does not depend on materially prosperous or distressed condition. It is free from the conditions imposed by material nature. A very pure man can execute Krishna consciousness as effectively as very rich man. One should therefore be very satisfied with the position as offered by the Lord. Another word here is mitabuk. This means that One should eat only as much as necessary to maintain the body and the soul together. One should not be gluttonous to satisfy the tongue. The grains, fruits, milk, and similar foods are allocated by the human consumption. One should not excessively eager to satisfy the tongue and eat which is not meant for the humanity. Particularly, a devotee should eat only prasada or food which is offered to the personality of Godhead. His position is to accept the remnants of the foodstuffs, innocent foods like grains, vegetables, fruits, flowers, prepared milk preparations are offered to the Lord, and therefore there is no scope for offering foods which are the modes of passion and ignorance. A devotee should not be greedy. It is also recommended that a devotee should be muni or a thoughtful. He should always think of Krishna and how to render better service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That should be his only anxiety. As a materialist, as he is always thoughtful about improving the material condition, a devotee's thoughts should always be engaged in improving his condition in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, he should be a muni. The next item recommended is that a devotee should live in secluded place. Generally, a common man is interested in pounds and shillings and pence or materialistic advancement in life, which is unnecessary for a devotee. A devotee should select a place of residence where everyone is interested in devotional service. Generally, therefore, a devotee goes to a sacred place of pilgrimage where a devotee live. It is recommended that he live in a place where there is no large number of ordinary men. It is very important to live in a secluded place. Vivikta Sharana. The next item is Shanta or peacefulness. A devotee should not be agitated. He should be satisfied with his natural income, eat only as much as need, and to keep his health, live in a secluded place, and always remain peaceful. Peace of mind is necessary for prosecuting Krishna consciousness. Next item is Maitra, friendliness. A devotee should be friendly to everyone, but his intimate friendship should be with devotees only. With others, he should be official. He may say, yes, sir, what you say is all right, but he is not intimate with them. A devotee should, however, have compassion for the persons who are innocent and neither atheistic nor very much advanced in spiritual realization. A devotee should be compassionate towards them and instruct them as far as possible in making advancement in Krishna consciousness. A devotee should always remain Atmavan or situated in the spiritual position. You should not forget that his main concerns is to make advancement in spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness. And he should be and he should not ignorantly identify himself with the body or the mind. Atma means the body or the mind, but here the word Atmavan especially means that one should be self-possessed. He should always remain in pure consciousness that he is spirit soul and not the material body or mind. That will make him progress confidentially in Krishna consciousness. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripre Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोन्दिनतारणं Paramananda Sri Chaitanyeshwaram. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining today's Bhagavatam session. So, it's a very most important words. So, in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is a discussion. It is um, it is an instruction given by Lord Kapila Muni to his mother Devahuti. And here in this chapter, Kapila Muni is instructing Mother Devahuti about Jnana Mishra, Bhakti Mishra Jnana. Means how one can liberate oneself. How one can liberate oneself by means of jnana, which is mixed with little bit of bhakti. So the goal of a person who is taking the path of bhakti mishra jnana is at most he can reach to the impersonal liberation. So here in this verse, Kapila Muni says about how a devotee should maintain himself with whatever comes on its own accord, without much endeavor. Means he should work, but not he should work like, okay, he should work whatever is required. Like we should do the needful on the material platform. Should not like working 18, 20 hours, 14 hours, and setting some goals which are impractical and working so hard for them. There was a nice story, there used to be one king, and he had everything, but he doesn't have peace of mind. So he called one of his minister and says, "No, can you find somebody ministers and ask them, can you find somebody who can set me a role model and how to live peacefully in this material world?" So his ministers goes in different directions, and finally they sees one farmer. He only had 2 acres of land, and he was leading a simple heart, and his wife and his kids. He's leading a very nice life, and he used to plow in that field, grow whatever he can grow in that field, and then whatever he can get food stuff he used to prepare, and then eat and be satisfied with whatever he had. And ministers observed him for quite some time, and then they realized that, okay, this is the most peaceful personality. And then they report to the king, and the king studies his case, and he was very much satisfied. Okay, and he says, he calls his prime minister and says, okay, you see this farmer, how peacefully he is leading the life. I think that nobody can Nobody can disturb his peace. No, this very well situated. And this Prime Minister says, Lord, my dear King, I wanted to show how one can destroy one's own peace by this farmer's example only. So what does he do? He goes in the middle of night and take a bag of gold coins and puts in front of the farmer's door. So in the morning, when the farmer opens the door, he finds the bag of gold coin and he eagerly started counting how many gold coins he has. So he counts, 1, 2, 3, and like that, finally counts and count stops at 99. So this minister intentionally, he kept only 99 gold coins. And this farmer was very desperate. Oh yeah, just one gold coin short of 100 gold coins. Now I somehow or other earn this one more gold coin and make 100 gold coins so that I will be the owner of 100 gold coins. I will be the most richest and most powerful person. So from that day onwards, he started working so hard. He leased a different fields and he started working, and he was shouting at his wife, shouting at his children, and they are also working hard. So entire their peace of mind, their nice family setup, entire was destroyed. So after few months and few years also, he's still working like a workaholic. So in this by this story, one can see that there is no limit to the greed. Like if you see, when compared to facilities here, when the same person, when he was in India or when he was in when he was not earning so much, he was very much satisfied with what he has. I had with one of my own relative. He used to say, look, if I earn 20, 30 lakhs, then I will be satisfied. I will retire and then I will be satisfied. And he earned more than 2, 3 crores. Now he still is saying that now I have to earn more and more. So there is no limit to what one can earn, one can be satisfied. So that's why, if you one want to progress in spiritual life, one has to be satisfied. Because when some fortune comes on its own accord, we accept it. When we get some rewards and we get some benefits, we should be grateful and we should be thankful. But by the will of time, by the will of circumstances, when they are gone, we should be satisfied with them. We should not be hankering for them. When we have that hankering for that, then it will spoil everything. So in the case of this farmer, he got 99 gold coins. So you should have think, okay, what is the big deal? Okay, anyhow, this fortune came for me without any much endeavor. Let me just engage everything in Krishna service, or let me be peaceful and enjoy with my family, lead my family life, not enjoying, lead my family life peacefully. With the wealth, okay, I can have little better facilities, like that he could have done so. But when the greed triggers, the person greedy, the greedy means lust is there. What is the lust? Lust means you want things go on your way only. When you want this, in the example of this farmer is attached to having 100 gold coins. That's the reason he was working so hard. He was disregarding his spiritual life, he's disregarding his family life, he's disregarding his health, he's disregarding how he is treating his family members. He is just after the money, that's it. So in the same way, when our mind is attached to when our mind is lusty after certain impractical or goals. I should have earned so much money every month. I should be the most richest person. Then that kind of person will never be able to have the peace of mind. Krishna says, without the peace of mind, he will never be happy. So here Prabhupada says, for one to progress in spiritual life, one has to be peaceful. Because unless mind is peaceful, he will not contemplate, he will not meditate on the spiritual topics. So, but on the contrary, if his mind is totally engaged in the material aspects and achieving the materialistic goals, not satisfied with what he has, then he will never be able to progress in spiritual life. Even though if he may superficially pose that no, he is doing everything right, everything perfect, but still he will have this conditioning. He will be pulled down by the material energy. Even like the devotees also, who are actually doing very well in their spiritual life, sometimes they wanted to, they think they take that position or they take that advancement as if like it can never be destroyed. There is like it is said that everybody in this material world, nobody is in this material world is free from lust or safe from fall down, unless one is very extra careful. Like it was nicely illustrated in Ramayana, right? Like Lakshman is like a guru. He said he draw a line, Lakshman Rekha, for the protection of Mother Sita, and told Mother Sita, until like you do wherever you do, but don't cross this line. But Mother Sita disregarded the instruction of Lakshman, and then she got kidnapped by kidnapped by demon Ravana. So in the same way, for our spiritual benefit, for our for us to make proper spiritual advancement and be protected from the materialistic influence, our gurus, our acharyas and our Prabhupada, they mercifully designed a pattern. You chant, you chant this many rounds, and then do this service like that. Follow these regulatory principles. If we are doing that, means we are in a safe situation. And but breaking them for the sake of some materialistic accomplishment or materialistic recognition, are violating the principles and not for taking the spiritual life seriously and going after materialistic advancement only, then it will be like Mother Sita crossing the line of line drawn by the Lakshman. So we are always at the risk of materialistic or fall down. So there was one nice story that I recently came across. Like it was like it was very eye-opening. So I will narrate very like whatever I have read. So what happened is like it was a story of Narada. So Narada Muni, one time, like when Krishna was present in this planet, Narada Muni was in a secluded place. He was performing austerities so nicely, and he became spiritually so advanced. Like of course, like when we narrate the pastimes of the great souls, it is by Krishna's internal potency, by Krishna's will, the great soul teaches different lessons through their life. When we see bewilderment of Lord Brahma, bewilderment of Narada Muni or Parishit Maharaj making mistakes, they actually do mistakes to teach us how not to make many mistakes. What will happen if you make mistakes? That's why if you see in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are many pastimes where Indra was bewildered, because Indra was a great devotee of Lord, but still the Lord want to show by example like how materialistic, when you are attached to the materialistic thing, you will get bewildered even though you are a great spiritual advanced person. So here in this case, like Narada Muni was performing nice austerities and he was experiencing spiritual bliss at every moment, and he was leading his spiritual life very peacefully. So, and Krishna wanted to visit Narada Muni once. So Krishna goes to Narada Muni and says, Narada, I'm very pleased with you. Just ask me for any boon. And because Narada Muni at that point of time, he was thinking that, no, I'm right now spiritually very advanced. That Maya cannot affect me like that. He used to think. So what does Narada Muni says? Oh Krishna, yes, yes, I'm experiencing the spiritual bliss, but I want to see, I wanted to experience your Maya also once. He says that. And Krishna gives, every time any devotee asks for this, Krishna first of all gives the disclaimer warning. Are you sure you want to do that? Like that. Even in the case of what is that sage's name? Like Markandeya Rishi, Lord Shiva, and so all these great personalities, when they request Krishna they wanted to see the power of Maya. Krishna gives warning. Are you sure you wanted to see that? Hmm? And Arun says, yes, yes, my lord, I wanted to see the power of your Maya. So then Krishna said, okay, that's fine. Like, I will arrange for that. Let us go for a walk now. Like you are in this area, right? This nice greenery everywhere. Let us go for a walk like that. Narada Muni takes Lord Krishna takes Narada Muni for a walk. And they walked for a few minutes, and then it was a very sunny day, and then like sun was very much very hot. And Krishna said, I am feeling kind of a little bit thirsty. Can you go and fetch me some water? Bring a glass of water. So Narada Muni goes and sees, look for where he can find water. And at distance, he can see some kind of village or something there. So okay, and said okay, and he goes to Krishna. Krishna, I will be back in few minutes. I can see some home there. I'll go fetch water for you. Please wait. Then he goes, and he keeps walking. That home is there, but he is walking so long, but still was not able to reach that home. So, but finally, on his way, like it was very sunny day, right? He also get very much thirsty and exhausted also. So finally, he reaches a village, and he goes to one nice home and knocks at the door. Some very nice, beautiful lady comes out. Young beautiful lady comes out and said, "What can I do? What can I do for you?" He said, "No, actually, I'm very much thirsty. I need to have a glass of water. Actually, I need 2 glasses of water, one for me and one for my friend Krishna." Like that, he says. Okay, wait. Let me call my father. I'm not because you are a young man and I'm a young woman. I cannot be interacting with you. Let me call my father. So that lady goes and calls her father. And this father comes out and sees Narada Muni. Narada Muni was in a brahmachari dress. Oh, I'm very fortunate to know that you came to our house. Please take our reception. Have have prasad here, like that. He invites. Okay, let me. But Narada Muni was when Narada Muni saw this lady, that the daughter of that farmer, he was very much attracted by her. She had a very big eyes, nice smiling face, like that. Narada Muni was contemplating on the beauty of that lady. And when that lady's father invited Narada Muni to take prasad, he accept. Okay, it will take only 5-10 minutes or very shortly I'll finish it up and then do on my own business. So, and the lady's father invited Narada Muni and started serving him one item after another item. Every time an item is required, this father used to call that his daughter. And when the lady comes to serve Narada Muni was spellbound by the beauty of that lady. He was saying how beautiful she is. She is like a jewel. I never saw that kind of beauty anywhere in my lifetime till now. So that way he was contemplating. And finally, after meal, then his father said, okay, you have actually come very far and you seem very tired. Why don't you take rest for some time? And then after that, you can leave, like that, he says. Okay, Narada Muni, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. I will just take a short nap and then I'll carry on, like that, he says. So he take a short nap, and after he wakes up, and then by the time he wakes up, he goes to take bath, and then it become already evening. Okay, it's already evening. You can go in the tomorrow, like that, he says. Okay, then he goes he takes rest in the farmer's house only. And next day morning he wakes up and says, oh, you saw only our house and our house setup. Now I'm going to the field. I will show you how our fields are there. Nardamuni says, okay, because Nardamuni was very much obliged to that farmer, he goes to see that field. And farmer started working in the field, and Nardamuni also, being like, very out of courtesy, he started helping the farmer. So, and this farmer likes the way Nardamuni is dealing with him. He was nice and obedient. And Nardamuni, that farmer engages that person, that farmer engages Nardamuni in the service, what he can do without much effort. So, and farmer appreciates Nardamuni. You are so nice. You are a very responsible person. You look like a very responsible and cultured person. Like that, farmer started glorifying Nardamuni. So Nardamuni was very much enjoying the company of farmer also. So finally he said, okay, actually you saw my young daughter, right? She was very, very nice lady. She's full of all good qualities. If you are okay, I would like to offer her to you. Why don't you get married? And you can look after my entire properties, and be with her, like that, he says. And for Nardamuni, he says, yes, that's such a wonderful idea. So he accepts, and then they both gets married. And then Nardamuni started working very diligently in the field, and he started taking care of cattle. He started taking care of the fields. He started taking care of the properties very nicely. So in no time, Nardamuni has few children, and then his property increasing, his cattle is increasing. So everybody in the village started respecting Nardamuni, and they made Nardamuni as the head of the village. So, and then after a few years passed, his children grew up, and then Nardamuni gets his children married. And he had a very beautiful family life, with wife, children, and cattle, properties, and everybody respecting him. And he's for everything he was consulted, he was given so much respect. So Nardamuni was, enjoying the life. And finally, he married his children also. They grew up also. So, and his children also had children, means Nardamuni had grandchildren. And Nardamuni and his wife are sitting in the what you call house courtyard, and then enjoying with his grandchildren. And wife was saying, see how beautiful life is with the children, grandchildren, nice farming, all these things. They are relishing the family life. So suddenly what happened is, a small, it started raining. It started raining. The rain is stopping for days now. So slowly water level starts rising up. Like a so water level started rising up, and then it rained for weeks, and then it started flooding, and servants entered into the house and says, oh, my dear Lord, our cattle is suffering. They are actually, there is a flooding in our field. Our fields, all the crop is lost, and all the cattle, they are gone in the floods. They inform. Okay, Nardamuni says, okay, it's only cattle, right, and the field, right, so property, that's fine. So he held all these family members, sons, children, grandchildren together, and then like he has a multi-storied building. So he climbed to the first floor. And then still rain is going on and flooding is going on. And finally, flooding became so intense that he also he carried all the wealth, like whatever the gold he had, whatever the money he had, he carried that gold and then went on the top of the floor, top of his house. But still, water level reached the first floor also. So then he first left off, okay, whatever is not required, he left off, means like even he sacrificed the gold also and all those things. And then he held his family members, and then he went into the top of the building. So even when Narada Muni went to the top of the building, still the water flow was rising day by day. And then after some time, like no, a portion of the house got collapsed, and few of his family members, his sons or something, it is they are gone in the flood. So he was holding his grandchildren, very cute and very sweet grandchildren. He was holding them, he was struggling to maintain. After some time, like his wife got slipped in the flood and she is gone. And after some time, like he was trying to hold himself. So he left his grandchildren, and suddenly his grandchildren slipped from his arms and they are also gone in the flood. So when they are going, it caused so much pain to Narada Muni. It's like whatever he has struggled for so much is lost in front of his eyes only. He said, "Oh Krishna, Krishna, please protect me. I'm very desperate. Please protect my children. Please protect my grandchildren." He was crying so much so that finally Krishna came. He said, "Narada Muni, I asked you a glass of water. Where is my glass of water?" And he looked around. Nothing was there. There is no lady, no farmer, no children, no grandchildren. So he was he was yet to go for water. So that is the power of Lord's illusory potency. So means as we identify with the material things, as we identify with the property, children, our name, fame in this material world, we get attached and attached, and it will lead to birth after birth after birth. But when we are fully conscious of our position, our relationship with Krishna, that we are servant of Krishna and we are servant of our spiritual master and gurus, and we are serving devotees our main priority, then we will be protected from Maya. Otherwise, Maya is very strong. Even the greatest of personalities like Lord Shiva or Narada Muni, they get bewildered. When compared to them, we are very insignificant. That thing we have to always remember, and we have to be very careful about in our dealings with the devotees, in our dealings with material objects also. So, why we fall in trap with Maya is unless we have the Krishna's protection, we cannot be able to unless we have the protection from Krishna, we will not be able to protected by Maya. Krishna says, Maya Durayatya. Lekin Maya medam whoever surrenders unto me, they can only overcome Maya. So unless we have the protection from Krishna, it is very difficult for us to overcome Maya. So for that, what is the best way to get protection from Krishna is to obey the principle, obey the orders of spiritual master, and never offend any devotee. Prabhuji, we'll laugh at you. Just keep it quiet. Leave it up, please. So when we offend any devotee, what's happening is Krishna will be displeased with us. And when Krishna is displeased with us, he will withdraw his protection. Okay, this person, he has become so arrogant. He doesn't know the value of devotees. He doesn't know the value of Vaishnavas or Vaishnavis, and he doesn't have. Then Krishna may withdraw his protection. When Krishna's protection is not there, we're totally exposed to Maya. And when we're totally exposed to Maya, we might be like very senior, very advanced. We have been practicing bhakti for many years, but still you have all knowledge. You are a preacher. You are influencing so many people. But still, when you offend, when you displease or offend any devotee, then everything will be lost because Krishna will withdraw his protection, and you are on his own to fight against Maya, which we cannot. Fighting against Maya is impossible because Krishna says Mama Maya. He sees my energy. We cannot fight with Krishna's energy. We are always in the losing end only. So only way we can be protected from Maya is to obey the orders of spiritual master, serve the devotees in the mode of servant, and maintain humility. Nothing, not money, not position, not name, not fame, or not any recognition will protect us from Maya. Only mercy of Guru and Krishna and mercy of devotees. When we have the blessings of the devotees, then only we will be protected from Maya. So unless we are protected from Maya, we will not be able to progress in our spiritual life. Okay? Because we have seen many devotees who have reached the level of Bhava stage, they fell down. Why? Because they made a small mistake. So that's it for today. And I can, if you have any questions or comments, we can take here. Anybody, please feel free to make any corrections. No, please forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong. Any questions, Prabhu? Anything to say? I can send you that link, Prabhu. I read on the website. I read on the. I know that there is this story in the scriptures, but I was searching on the website and I found it because I know that it is there, and I searched with the proper names and then I got it. It is there, bro. That's what I'm telling you. I know that this story happened. I read, bro. Because if you see, like, there are many stories in Upanishads, in other Puranas also, which our devotees, they narrate, but like they are not actually present in Bhagavad. We may not be able to find it in Bhagavatam, but it might be in other Puranas also. I can send you that link, probably. You can see. Hare Krishna, online. Anybody have any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, thank you so much for the class. You really got me scared when I was telling the whole pastime of that Narad Muni and Krishna. Like, what's going to happen? Like, is he really into the... So I realized how it can drag. That I really like that point that you shared at the end. Thank you so much for the wonderful class.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. There were many points that I liked in this class, which were very kind of caution, especially the point, doesn't matter where you stand, what you do, until you have mercy of devotees, you can fall down anytime. So thank you for the reminder, Prabhuji. Grateful to you.
Thank you, Mother. I am reminding myself. Thank you. Okay, we'll end it here. Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Krishna.